When the bullet went in my arm, it went in up here, bounced off some ribs, and then ricocheted and went through my spinal cord. They basically diagnosed it as what they would call a complete injury. I don't have any movement or sensation or bowel control or anything like that, so.
I'm Tim.
I'm Christina. And I'm Jean. This is baby Jordan.
Tim Pierce and Christina Rapati actually met in a patrol car. They were partners together.
We both worked LAPD, and we were partners for about 3 years and became great friends. And then we just kept finding excuses to hang out, and we fell in love and got married.
Pretty soon they had a little baby named Jordan, and life was good. They lived at the beach, they loved to run and surf together, and they loved being cops. And they were out there every day making the streets a safer place to be.
The last 4.5 years have been down here in Southeast Division, and she's stayed up in Southwest Division. And she still works in neighborhoods where we work gangs together, so she knows them in that neighborhood inside and out. We'd go running in the morning or something, and we'd tell our stories from the night before. And as she would tell me of the 2 or 3 foot pursuits she would be in, and I would tell her the same, you know, in the back of our heads, we know every one of those could drastically go wrong.
309 is reported of a 211 in progress at the gas station northeast corner, MOK and Tinker.
Then last June, everything changed. Christina and her partner were responding to an armed robbery call when they noticed a guy acting kind of suspicious.
Well, and as we got close to him, all of a sudden he starts out in front of our car. And I actually had to slam on my brakes to avoid hitting him. Christina jumps out the car and he takes off running. Ran to the front yard and then up to a porch. And I see her reach up, she grabs him, and I heard the first shot that sounded like a firecracker. I see Christina just collapse. I fired six rounds, the suspect went down. I seen the gun fall to the ground, and then I hear Christina yelling out for me. I said, "I'm here, I got you." At the same time, I'm trying to broadcast for help.
3-1, 2 shot fired off the down. Leighton and LaSalle, give me an RA now.
Leighton and LaSalle, and officer needs help. Shots fired, officer down, Leighton and LaSalle.
And as I'm pulling off her belt, I look up and I could just see a little blood coming up here, like it was slowly creeping up. And I'm like, I reach over and I grab it. Every time her heart beat, I could feel the pulse of the blood trying to come out of the injury. That was an artery was hit.
We're still waiting for an RA unit, and we need them here right now, please.
Roger.
And then all of a sudden, her eyes just snapped forward and looked straight up at the ceiling. And you could see the pupil slowly expanding. And within like 10 seconds, there was no blue. It was just black. I thought she was gone. I thought we lost her.
So her husband, Tim, was actually on patrol when the officer down call came over the radio. He raced to the scene and found his wife lying in a pool of her own blood.
I went around to the side of the porch, jumped over the little wall, and got down next to her. I turned, and as I turned, I slipped in the blood. And what it was a path of blood about a couple inches wide coming out from under her back. And I looked at her, and she was sheet white, and she was staring straight up, and I thought, man, there's no way she can survive losing that much blood. And so I figured the best thing I can do is just let her know I got to her. And I gave her a kiss. I think I kissed her twice, and I told her I loved her, and I knew that was going to be the end of her. She wasn't going to make the ride to the hospital.
But Christina's a fighter, and that's what she did. And somehow she managed to actually pull through. She fought for her life, but it came at a pretty heavy price.
The next thing I knew, I woke up. I just remember the tubes in my mouth and stuff, and Tim kept telling me, "You're paralyzed," and I kept asking him, "I can't feel my legs, what's wrong?" He kept saying, "You're paralyzed." But it's hard, you know, it's just hard. It is, so I can't say it's not.
So Christina is learning to live her life as a paraplegic, but life is a lot different now. But I think the hardest part is she can't care for her daughter the way she used to.
You can't really play with her in the same capacity now. Because she just runs around. I can't chase, you know. I mean, the house is so like an obstacle course. And that's probably the hardest part. I haven't really figured out how to be her mom from a chair right now. It just sucks.
Tim's mom, Jean, recently moved in to really help out the family, take care of Jordan, which made their tiny house even tighter.
Where they live right now is just not, it's not handicap accessible in any form. It's a narrow house and not a lot of room for Christina to move around by any stretch of imagination.
I'll wheel through here, and it's just frustrating.
She gave her legs up for the safety of the city of Los Angeles. It's the bottom line. And she's just a trooper. She's just, you know, powering through it, and she's making the best of her life. And not even looking back, you know, and just what kind of people do that? She's just awesome.
So please, ABC, if you could help our family, we would appreciate it more than anything. And, you know, words can't really say what something like that could do for us.
You know, after talking to Christina, I kind of got an idea of what her life is like. It's changed a lot. This is someone who was independent. She would get up and run, she'd get up and surf, and now she's confined to a wheelchair. But more than that, she's confined to a small house where she can't really go anywhere.
Well, the kitchen, like most kitchens, you know, everything's high.
Oh my God, look at that. You don't even have anything up there because you can't reach it.
I mean, there's no space really here, and I can barely reach this faucet and stuff.
Yeah, see what that. This is a hero. This is somebody who was keeping the streets safer for everyone in the city. And now she can't go in the kitchen. She has to be taken care of. She has to sleep in a living room with Tim's mom and a nurse to take care of her 24/7. She's in a really tough place, and she needs a lot of help.
So tell me this. Tell me, what did the doctors say could happen in the future?
Well, when the bullet went in my arm, it went in up here, bounced off some ribs, and then ricocheted and went through my spinal cord. They basically diagnosed it as what they would call a complete injury. I don't have any movement or sensation or bowel control or anything like that. So, I mean, they say I won't walk again, but you never know. You know, I've met other spinal cord patients that were diagnosed as complete. I've met them and they're walking, you know, so.
Really?
Yeah. Walking.
Christina's what I would call a driven person, and Tim is like a saint. He's just a great guy. And they've got what you call unconditional love, which means I'll be with you no matter what happens.
I can't believe it. I can chase Jordan in this.
I was just blown away. Instantly, everything was like open and free. No tight corners, and countertops were low. Everything was accessible. Everything was just perfect.
This is beautiful. Tina, they put a Robert August up there. That is awesome. Oh my God.
I look up in the skylight and there's a Robert August, you know, balsa board, a longboard up there. Something I've always wanted to do was to be able to afford to get one of those and then to be able to just put it on a wall. I was like, oh my God, how cool is that? I could stare at that forever.
Oh my gosh, look at outside.
Oh, I thought that was a reflection from inside.
Dude.
No
oh
way.
My gosh.
No way. Look how nice and smooth it was for her to go outside. It's like a Malibu mansion.
I can't even believe this is our house.
You gotta be kidding me.
Look at the fence. It's beautiful.
It's almost like the one she painted.
It's crazy.
It was like walking into a $1 million resort. You know, something I would see on TV. Just very unreal. I think I said crazy like 100 times, but it was crazy.
Guys, what do you think of your house?
Awesome.
Pretty sweet, right?
It's beautiful. We haven't even unmasked this
Like
one.
it?
Perfect job.
Everything's been lowered to your height. Looks like it's also to Jordan's height.
Yeah.
So, you see this track system up here?
Yeah.
Guess what that is? Will literally take you from room to room. I'm not kidding you. You can move this way, you can move this way. This one here will take you down the hallway, okay? Take you down to the rest of the rooms. That way, even if you're by yourself, you can be independent and you can go into any room you want to by remote control.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. We talked to your doctor, and the thing with this is it keeps you in an upright position, and so it keeps your blood circulating, which helps you heal. So this is all beneficial to your health and your mobility.
I didn't even know I had stuff like that. But it's just one more thing that makes me more independent, you know, where I don't need people around to pick me up and get me back in my chair and stuff like that.